So moving on to the searching algorithms. So now what are searching algorithms? Algorithms used to search or find one or more than one element in a dataset are called as searching algorithms. Now there is a huge dataset and you want to find a particular element in it. Then you have to use searching algorithms. Now there are various you must have seen in Excel. So if you want to find an element, you just go to find menu and just type the name of that element and you find that element very easily. So in that searching algorithms are used. Now this is the classification of searching algorithms. They are classified as sequential search and interval search. Talking about sequential search, the list or array is traversed sequentially and every element is checked with the goal element. So we go index by index. We don't directly jump from index number 1 to index number 4. We go it sequentially from 0, 1, 2, 3 and search for the key element which we want to find. Interval search. It works on the principle of divide and rule. It divides the data set and then searches them separately. It works only on sorted data structures. It is more efficient than sequential search as it is based on the principle of divide and conquer. Example is binary search. Talking about linear search, it is the simplest way of searching. It can be performed on unordered list as well. Now, if an element is found, then it turns out to be a successful search. Otherwise, it is said to be an unsuccessful search. Now, as you can see in the GIF, we are searching from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And at the 6th position, we found the key element. So the searching happens sequentially, one after the other. This is the algorithm for linear search. So start from the leftmost element of an array and one by one compare the key element with each element of the array. Now, if the key element matches with an array element, return the index number of that position. Now, if the key element is not
Himanshu, is Anurag not audible? Like, is his screen stuck?
He is paused. Yeah, just a second, guys.
So I think he'll be joining shortly, like in 5 minutes. Till then, okay, yeah. Anurag.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this is the so at what point did I stop? Okay, so this is the linear search. So we compare the key element with each and every element of the array. So let's jump to the code. So first of all, in the main function, we will initialize an array, take the size, then the key, and then the result variable. Then first of all, we will ask the user for the size of the array. Then we will ask the user for the elements of the array. Then just for confirmation, we will print out the those array elements. Then we will again ask for the key. So which element do you want to search in the data set? Then we will accept the key element. Then we will call a result function. Then we will store the answer from the linear in the result variable. So now in the linear function, we are passing the array as well as its size, which is the basic syntax, and we are also passing the key, which has to be found in that array. So now this is the function. So this is the linear function. We will first initialize the array, the size, and the key. Then we will use this first for loop for looping through all the elements of that array. We will initialize the array index to be 0, and it should be less than the size of the array. Now, if the key is found at the first position, that is the 0th position, then it will return the return I, which is at that will be at that point 0. Now, again, if it is not found, then again this for loop will run, and the I value will get to be 1. Now we will search if the key is at array position 1. So if it is at array position 1, then it will return 1. Otherwise, it will again move to the next element. So this is the basic code for it. We will run the code now. So it asks for the size of the array. So let us say it to be 4, and then enter 6, 5, 8, and 1. Now let us find. So these are the elements which we have printed, 6 and 1. Then let us find the element 8. So it returns that key is found at position 2. So this is position 0, this is position 1, this is position 2, and this is position 3. So it returns that key was found at position 2. Now this, if the result return, if it returns the array position which is not equal to -1, then we go into the else part, that is key is found at position and the I which we took from here. If the it returns -1, then we reply that key not found. So if the key element is not found in the array, we return -1. So we will just enter 6, 3, 1. So let us find 5 in this array. We know that 5 isn't present, so it gives an output that key not found. So was the did you understand it? Hello? Why you return -1? So okay, so if the element is not found in the data set, now if you give the data set, if you give the values as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the data set, and you and if you want to find number 6, but the number 6 is not present in the data set, that's why we return -1, that the element was not found. So is linear search now clear? Difference between linear search is a form of sequential search. So now we will move on to binary search. Now binary search, it works only on sorted elements. Now for this, the array has to be sorted. It works on the divide policy. So it first splits the data set into 2, and then it looks for the elements separately. It also increases the efficiency of searching. Now I will explain the. So first of all, we have to sort the data set. Then we have to compare the key with the middle element of the data set. Now, if key matches with the middle element, we return the index of the middle number. Now, if x is greater than the middle element, then x can only lie in the right of the subarray after the middle element. So we use the recursion after that. Himanshu taught us recursion, so we are going to use the recursion function here. So I will explain the Excel sheet. So now this is an array. This is a sorted array. So first of all, we have to sort the array for it. Then if we want to find 65, so we will just, so we have to find 65. So let us store 65 in the key. Now what will binary search do? It will compare this 65 with the middle element. Now it has got 7, so the middle element here is 3. So it will first compare the key element with the middle element. Now it is observed that 65 is not equal to 25 and 65 is greater than 25. So definitely 65 will lie after array index position 3. So now this algorithm will discard this. So now this algorithm won't search this part of the array. It will just search in this part of the array. So now what it will do, the algorithm, it will find the middle element of this sublist now. Now the middle element of this sublist is 65. It will compare 65 with 65 and it will return that yes, key has been found at array position 5. Now if key is not found, if we take key to be somewhat 1, but key is if we take the key to be 100, now 100 is not present in this array, so it will return -1, that the key is not present in this array. So is the algorithm understood? Okay, bit slow. Okay, sure. So do you want me to repeat the binary search algorithm again? Okay, so now let's jump to the code. Okay, you want me to repeat the algorithm again? So this is the array. Now, first of all, in binary search, we have to sort this array. Now, I have already sorted this array. And now if we want to find the find an element, so we will just first store the element which is to be found at in a variable called as key. Now here we want to find the element 65. So what will the algorithm do? It will find the middle portion of this array. Now what is the middle portion of this array? A at index 3 is the middle position of the array. This is the middle position of the array. Now it will compare the key element with the middle position of the array. Now it is found that 25 is less than 65 and 25 is not equal to 65. So the algorithm will discard this sublist because as this array is already sorted, it is not possible that 65 will lie anywhere here because 25 is less than 65. Now again the algorithm will find the middle element of this new sublist. Now what is the middle element of this new sublist? It is array index position 5, which is 65. Now the key element will be compared with the middle element of the new sublist. Now as the key matches, it will return the position of the array index, that is it will return 5. So is the algorithm now understood? So yes, we have what if even number of elements. So we have to write a simple function or simple code to find the middle of the array. Now these are all integer values. So what we take that if it is an even number and we find that we cannot find the middle element, or the middle element comes to be in a decimal position, then we prefer the lesser value. So if it comes to be 3.5, then we go with 3, we don't go with 4. Understood, Manomay? Okay, so now we will jump to the code. Now it is a bit different than linear search, the code. Now the contents in the main function remain the same. First we initialize the array, the size, key, and result elements. Then we ask the user to enter the size of the array. Then after the user enters the size, we take the elements of the array using for loop. Then just for confirmation purposes, we print out those array elements. Now after that, we take in the key to search from the user. Now which element does he want to search from the list? Then what we do is, first of all, we will jump to the bubble function. Now we will use the bubble sort technique here to sort the array if the array is not sorted. This is the first problem of the this is the first problem statement, that we have to sort the given array. Now first of all, so we will jump to the bubble sort function. Now in the previous session we studied about the bubble sort, so this is the same function which we have used. So it will jump to the bubble function with and we will pass the array as well as the size and the key element which has to be found. Now this bubble sorting algorithm will be executed, and then after the elements of the array are sorted, we will call the binary search function. Now in this binary search function, we will we will pass in the array which has been the sorted array, then the size of the array, then we will pass 0, that is the starting position of the searching algorithm. Now the searching algorithm starts here from 0, right? So this is what it happens. 0 and size of n-1. So we pass the start and end of the array and also the key of the array. Now in this we are going to use the recursive function. So in this binary function, we are going to initialize the array size, start of the array, end of the array, and the key of the array. Now if end is greater than equal to start, now because we are using the recursive function, we have to check this every time. So if this condition is true, we calculate the middle of the array. So start plus end minus start divided by 2. So this simple arithmetic logic gives us the middle element of the array. Now we compare the key element with the middle element. Now if it matches, then we return the mid element. That is the index of the mid element. So if it doesn't match, then we take a look if the key is greater than the middle element or not. So if it is if the key is less than the middle element, then we pass in the start and the medium to be medium minus 1. So this is middle minus 1. So here if the key is less than this number, then we pass this middle as the end of the array. So we change the end of this array. So we are not going to search for this. So if we don't change the middle of the array, then again using the recursive function, this we will get the element at position 3 as the middle element again. So what we will do, we will just change this to a sublist. So we won't go here again. And again we will pass the key. So again this function is called, and this time the end should be again greater than equal to start. So if the element is lesser than the key element, then this is the sublist which we are going to find through. The start is at position 0 and the ending is at position 3. Then again we compare and return if the middle element is found or not. Then if the middle element is less than the key, In this example, the key element, the middle element was less than the key. That's why then we change the start of the array to mid plus 1. Now this is the mid, so we change the start of the array to mid plus 1. That is, we change this index position to 4 and the end to 7. And we again pass it to the recursive function. Now again, these processes are carried out again, and if the element is found, we return the index of the key element, otherwise we return -1. So let us try this. So we will 6, 4, 3, 7, 8. So as you can see, I have entered an unsorted list. Now, which element do you want to find? So we will find element 3. So first of all, it will sort the elements. So as you can see, it has first sorted the elements at position 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And then using this sorted array, it has found the key at position 0. Did you understand the binary search code now?